Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Towsty and you are watching Karma episode 16. We are playing on the Karma mod pack on the ATLauncher. Go there and check it out if you want to download and play along. Boy, lots has happened since I recorded last. And I honestly didn't think I'd be recording right now, so I'm pretty excited to show you guys this because I wasn't really ready to or I wasn't expecting to have any time today to do this. So awesome. Let's start by looking at our clipboard and seeing clipboard and seeing what's changed. So, lots of stuff has happened. I've got some ideas and some big plans, but to begin, we're looking at these X's because these are the ones that I marked like this, so I knew to talk about them. I have begun the basics of AE2 autocrafting in a couple of ways. Indeed. So if we come down here, we'll see some stuff has changed. This is a crafting storage device which enables you to queue up, or not even to queue up, but to do auto crafting. This is an ME interface with some recipes in it, and so we are using this to auto craft our processors for Applied Energy 6 now. The only thing I still have to automate for it is the pure Certus quartz, and I'll get on that in a little bit, and the pure nether and all that stuff, and that's not hard, so I'm not really worried about that. But we have started this. Everything gets pumped out into this chest with this from this interface here, and it gets scooted through where they need to go for the different patterns, and then they get sent back into the interface. So we can make the processors as long as we have the raw resources. So I'll work on automating the incoming or the bringing in of raw resources. And then this time, this we saw last time, but we have the auto crafting of gas tiers and glowstone, and that is going very, very well. The only issue we're having... Wait, why... Oops. Why aren't these going in? Is that it doesn't seem to want to move from this inventory into the barrel. And I am just realizing that now. So we will figure that out when the time comes. But we have basically completely kept up with our potion crafting and all that, and it's working really well. Every once in a while it has a bit of a derp and it crafts one of the potions instead of 4 or 2 or something like that. And my frames, oh my gosh. What is happening right now? Could it... Well, I'll play with that in a second. Anyways, so this is cruising though. So you see we have 2 here. So it kind of derps out some, but look at this. We have full of everything. I've got an ender chest that is taking the nether warts from over there, so I don't have to move the whole farm. And just hoppering them in, and we have full everything. And it is just motoring right along. Ooh. See, why does this have a water bottle? Well, that's where the offset's happening actually right now, is because it doesn't have anywhere to put our water bottles. But we can work on that. And so we are full up on here. The ender quarry did finish, and we're going to work on moving that in a little bit. But it's still over there, though it is done. So we have gotten the beginnings of AE2 auto crafting, but I'm still going to leave that off because it's not as high as I want it to be. Flight. As you can see, I can now fly. The issue with the flying ring not working that we were having the last couple of episodes was actually the chaotic armor. I don't know why, but the chaotic armor wasn't allowing me to move or to use the flying ring. So that's fixed. I don't know why, and at this point I don't really care. I reported it as a bug to Extra Utilities and then withdrew that report and told them just to close it because it wasn't, it's not really an Extra Utilities thing. I don't think that was causing it as much as it is Chaotic Craft, but as we know, Chaotic Craft, as of the moment, still doesn't have a website because it's made for this mod pack. So, another thing we did is, I don't know if you guys saw, is we auto-exported our ores into the sag mill and moved it around. And so all of the ores that we got in front of the machine have been processed. And it's not that much because it wasn't a very large area. But that is all taken care of. And then the next thing I want to talk about is, so that's the flight. We've got flight. Oh, lag. Bleh. Leg? There we go. Flight's taken care of. Flux armor. This was a project and a rabbit trail, and oh my gosh, I have Flux armor. A full suit of Flux armor, actually. And the reason I went with this armor, which means I obviously added Redstone Arsenal, was so that I can enchant it. I really like this enchanting system. I don't know if it's the most level efficient, but I love that system. And we do have some other enchanting mods I may check out on here, but for now, awesome. And you can enchant all this stuff and make it super powerful. And that brings us to our project for today. Our project is to use our leftover Flux infused thingies to make Flux tools as well. And I'll probably keep the shears for now, but I probably won't use them once I get Flux infused Omni Wrench. But that is that. So, oh my goodness, let's look at some of the rabbit trail this sent me down though. So Flux armor required me to do auto diamonds and auto blaze, and then get these resources, which I did. So, if we come over here, I started with a single diamond seed and watered them with my watering can for ages, but set up this second farm to do my ender crops, which I realized I had taken out of the main farm over there, the first farm anyways. And so now they are fed by this guy. And so I got ender and diamond, and it's just cruising along. And I realized that as long as you have the full 16 seeds that go in here, you can pretty much keep this separated. And so if you're going to use more than one kind of crop, just let them grow at random for a while until you have enough to plant every slot in this coordinate, like in the northwest side. And then enough to plant all those, and then enough to have an extra 16 in there just to reserve that spot. And you should be good to go at that point. It'll just output all the extras. We have a random glowstone dust there. Why do we have a random glowstone essence? So then we still got our gas souls and our glowstones. So they are just cruising. And I added these sprinklers to try and help things along a little bit. Not really sure if they are, but they're supposed to in general. I just don't know how effective they are on magical crops. But this will all get changed eventually because it may be causing some issues. But the sprinklers don't reach these middle ones because of how I have them. And so I have these little water blocks on each side. The reason I changed this to edgestone brick, even though it's pretty ugly for a farm, I may change it to a different kind of wood or something to make it look a bit better, or even some facades or carpenter's blocks of grass, is because the sprinklers act like bone meal, right? So they grow stuff, and that... Wait. Why are my grassy grasses back on? Short grass, false, woolly. Yeah? I don't know, I just don't like that short grass effect. So yeah, bump my mic, sorry. So that was that. And, rabbit trail. Boom. So I figured all that out. It took forever because I was really actually short on diamonds. And so that became a thing that I had to deal with. But I was able to get my Flux infused stuff, and I have actually quite a lot of... what was I going for again? Oh yeah, Flux infused ingots left, and Electrum blend, and Pyrotheum dust, which is what is needed to make the Electrum blend. So what you can see is that in order to make where is it? There it is. The Flux Electrum ingots, you need 2 of these Electrum blends and 1 Pyrotheum dust. And so I ended up with a bunch of Pyrotheum left over and having to dive into thermal expansion. So here I've just been cooking up redstone, which is going to be my next order of business as well. And I should probably go back to this. And we will make a sub list for that later. Cooking up stuff and infusing things, and I started to infuse some more. These Flux crystals are diamonds, so our redstone infused diamonds, I guess, is what you'd call them. But here's the thing. So each one of these pieces of armor requires just the regular armor shape with these fluxed armor platings, which are a bunch of nuggets, an ingot, and then 2 crystals. Each of these crystals requires 1 diamond and some redstone, obviously. Oh my goodness, it took so... I think that's why I needed 48 diamonds, is because each one of them required 2 diamonds. And so I had to get all that together and figure that out, and I made it all up, and we're good to go. The next thing to work on for the armor is our XP farm, which right after I finished recording last time actually caused a crash. So, oh, I should probably turn these on. Yeah, they caused some issues. Basically, yeah, bring it. I can't get hurt that much. What you guys got? Nothing. Anyways, thanks for the gold. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, it caused a crash. The MFR grinder is a little broken. It was earlier, they fixed it, and now I think it's broken again. I don't know. It's a little weird. But in this case, I think it's more broken because of the extra mobs we have, so we're going to go a different route. And this different route is going to be to use the Killer Joe. But for that, we have to automate the creation of nutrient distillation, which is zombie flesh with nether warts or something like that in a vat. So we already have nether warts. I'm going to have to increase the output of this farm in order to make more nether warts. And what I'll probably do is actually just move the planter out this way some, add more soul sand, and then just have it to be a longer farm and not both wider, because I kind of like where it is here. And we'll deal with that in a little bit. And so that will be the... what has happened? That was weird. So I'll be picking that stuff up. And we'll create some nutrient distillation, put it in here, and that will also allow us to get liquid experience from that farm, which is what we're going to need to do the last bit of our Flux infused armor section, which is our XP farm to enchant stuff and things. Totally stole that. Okay. Anyways. Oh yeah. When that brings us to our next idea as well. What I'm finding is the more and more crops that I need, the less and less space I have, and I don't want to just terraform this whole place into one giant flat land. So I am going to make a tower of magical crops. This will be a good sized tower that sorry. It'll be a good sized tower. I'm going to make it the maximum size, or the base of it at least, the first few floors at the very, very least, maybe even all of them, will be the size of an Ender IO farm that's maxed out in size. And I kind of wanted to make a floor per seed, but I think that's a little impractical. Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and a bit. Well, I guess 12 times 5, which is what, like 60 something or 70? 12, 24, 36, 48, 60? Yeah, 60. So 60 floors is a little silly. I know all these don't work. Like some of them just won't apply to us. Like the I won't be doing the potion ones, I don't think. Although that might be an interesting idea to see how they are used. Anyways, but I won't be doing a whole lot of those. If I do, I'll build another tower. So I'm thinking of doing a few towers of 16 or 18 floors and making this happen. And then some of the farms will be shared, so we won't need to actually make one per seed because they'll be shared. So that'll work well. But that is the plan. It's going to look good. I'm going to need a lot of glass. We're going to have to start to auto-produce glass. So in order to do this, though, we're going to need to greatly expand our AE system, because I want to auto-craft everything that I can in order to get the building supplies for this. I'm going to make it out of possibly a diamond-infused brick, just because it looks good, but I may use another kind of bluish type texture. And that'll be that. So for today, though, what I want to do is I want to get rid of these chaotic tools. They've served me very well, but I don't need them anymore. So we're going to get some of them going. I'm going to need to make, let's go, I want to change this actually. Flux. Ooh. Flux infused stuff. So each one of these is going to require 2 diamonds and an obsidian rod. So I'm going to need, oh wait, that one's 4. So it'll be 2, 4, 6, so 8. That's 4 more, that's 12. I don't know about the bow yet. That's 16, Don't need the scythe really, but can't hurt. I might have done that math wrong, but I'll need at least 18 diamonds. So here is hoping. I do have more diamond essence to use. I made all of these. The problem with the diamonds are there's only 1 diamond per diamond essence. Oh, I forgot to show you something. So we're gonna let those cook up. Down we go. There we go. I put this guy in kind of central to where I'll be walking around a lot and doing a lot of stuff. This is a wireless charger. Just consumes power, and it'll take power from both the base and from the potions is what I've done. And it'll yeah, it'll just wirelessly charge my magnet, my armor, and stuff like that. So you can see that I've actually got full armor in the bottom left, 400,001. That's because it's been wirelessly charging. Oh, good, this is fixed. No, it's not. It just doesn't work with the sword. I'll explain that in a little bit. Yeah, so that is that's what I've been working on, and that's what we're gonna do this time. So let's get our rods going. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rods. About. So what is involved in an obsidian rod? Is it just pulverized obsidian and blaze powder? We are gonna need some more obsidian. Boom. So let's get that going. Let's see if we can put this in a sag mill, can we? Yeah, sweet. So that's actually quite a bit of obsidian. We won't need a whole lot of that crushed up. And hopefully it works. So then we're gonna take 2 of that and get our blazed powders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And you can see I got lots of blaze here. I re-equipped this farm with essence and blaze. So that way it's not just producing essence, because we had quite a bit and I was happy with where we were. We got to our extreme essence, and we also obviously had to, so let's look at our essence to show you. So I have some extra extreme essence actually laying around. I got loads of basic, and yeah, things are going well for us in the magical crops department. I need to automate the collection of dye. That's going to become very important for me very soon. But thankfully, when it comes to dye, boop, or to plants, vein miner works. So we can just keep a field of these growing and come and collect them every once in a while. Put them back down. And I wish I could say the same for cotton, but it doesn't vein mine cotton very well. It'll do it. How I expanded this is I just broke the plants over and over using vein miner, obviously, because who needs to hit everyone a bunch of times? Not this guy. So that has fixed that problem for me. And I've got more cotton now. I will need to automate the collection of that cotton because I need to increase my ME system. And that involves a lot of cotton for the smart cables and the dense cables and things like that. And basically, I hooked up these smart cables here because I wanted to see how many channels I was using before I tried to add anything else. And it turns out all of them. So I'm going to need to put a controller on this and some better cables soon. But I'm glad I checked that out. So, let's see how we are for flux infused diamonds. Boop, lots. Got loads. Awesome. So we're going to do this and that and bam. And we should have them all. So let's start making these guys. We got our wrench. We got our pick. I don't know how many of these ingots I have left. And we can see them charging up actually because we have our wireless charger close enough to us. That's awesome. X. Shovel. And scythe. Sickle. Whatever it is. I don't know. Either way. Let's see how we're doing. This isn't actually draining that much power from here. It's probably coming from here. Yeah, probably. But again, these were full of power. So we got loads going on. I might make a few more capacitors just so I can start keeping the power that I'm using. Oh, apparently I made 2 of those. What am I missing? That's unfortunate. Did I not make the shovel? Hold on. Let's do this. This. That will actually sit here most of the time. Yeah, somehow I missed the shovel. Do I have enough? I don't. Of course not. Ugh, so close. So close. Alright, let's just do this real quick. I'll have enough for that. And that. And shovel it is. I don't know how I did that. That was weird. So the reason I'm going with these tools, I had debated between... What? Okay. I have debated between using the Flux tools and just making myself a matter disassembler or an atomic disassembler. But the atomic disassembler is in a lot of videos. It's really overpowered, and I may use it eventually if I really need the extra space on my toolbar, but for now, I think we're going to be okay. And the other thing I've done is I'm going to keep this because it's got Silk Touch on it, and I will eventually try and repair it. The thing with these tools is that they will, they ignore armor. So when I like turn the flux infused power, or I quell it or empower it or whatever it's called, they ignore armor when they're powered, which means they drain more power than normal, but whatever I'm fighting, the armor of it won't mean anything, which is awesome. And then this guy will do larger areas for me. All right, so it does 3. It would do 1 above it. That's a bad demonstration. There we go. Right, and it does it fairly quick. The shovel does lengths of grass, I believe. Boo! Yep. Or dirt. And the tree, who knows what's going to happen with the tree. So it just chops down a good chunk of tree. But Vein Miner will take care of that for us. The thing is, these are electrical tools that are quite strong and powerful in their own right, but we can also enchant them. And so that is why I've kept them. I really want to see if I can use this Ender IO enchanting system to make some really overpowered tools. Let me go check on this. I don't know if it ever cleaned itself up. I doubt it did. Yeah, it's really, really struggling. Is that because these are 982 and these are... Yeah, I think there's just that weird extra information glitch. No. Why did I do this? No, these are fine. These ones are actually going to match. Good. Yes. Okay. Lock. Put you in there. Unlock? What's happening? Somehow these are all the same now. I don't know what just happened. That was so bizarre. But now these will get pumped out of there and give us more room for those. And I may even upgrade this chest at some point. Who knows? So that is everything that I have done. And I will get a couple of things together before next time. I'll get a couple of things together before next time and get going on some of these other projects. I'm really excited about some of these things. I think the next thing I want to do is probably the auto farm and get my stuff enchanted just so it's awesome or more awesome. I am so happy that my flight ring works now. And for those of you that missed it, I have this angel ring, which I got the nether star from a lucky block. So lucky. And it basically gives me the power of creative flight unlimitedly. It's a bit of a pain in the butt to build and get all the materials for, but I got extremely lucky by a lucky block. And that's pretty much all I've really changed. These guys are struggling in some ways. I don't know. But we do have to work on some massive upgrades to our power system. That will come in the form of redstone crops. And heated redstone generators and magma crucibles and all that good stuff. I need to sort all this nonsense out because this was never supposed to be like this. I'm surprised they're all working, and I need to start upgrading my power conduits. I have a good amount of the alloy that is needed for it, but not anywhere near enough. So what I think I need to do is everything is automated. I have I had the crops for all of the pieces except for gold and redstone to make this alloy. So it should become a thing that's very easy to make for us very, very soon. But until next time, guys, I'm going to do some work and figure out how big these larger upgraded farms from Ender.io will be, and I'll get back to you guys at some point here. I know we didn't do a lot, but I hope you enjoyed some of the changes that I made and are looking forward to some of the stuff that I've got planned coming up. I am going to finish this base and do a hopefully a decently nice, aesthetically pleasing build for the magical crop tower that I am planning. But until then, guys, I've been Towsty. You've been watching Infinity Labs Karma episode 16, and we will see you in episode 17. Have a good day. Deuces.